Hi guys, Serena Smith here, and the book that I chose is called Brown Girl Dreaming. It's a 2015 Coretta Scott King Award winner, as well as a 2015 Newbery Honor Book, and it's won an Orbis Pictus Award. The author and illustrator is Jacqueline Woodson, published by Penguin Group, copyright date of 2014. It is an autobiography and poetry. There's 349 pages, and this book is good for ages 10 and up. This story, it was a really neat book in how it was laid out, since it was kind of on poetry, or her verses are in poetry. So here's a verse and here's a verse, and that's pretty much how the whole book is laid out. And she writes each verse, and it's about her life growing up, and it talks about from the day she was born clear up until the day she published the book. It starts out on February 12, 1963. That's the day she was born, so that's what her first verse is about. She was born at the University Hospital in Columbus, Ohio, and then she moved to South Carolina and New York, and she stated that she's always felt only halfway home each place that she moves. She talks about what it's like growing up as an African American in the 60s and 70s. And how hard it was for her. She talks about the joy in finding her voice through writing these stories, because she was never a good reader growing up, and now she is an author herself, so that was really neat to find out. She speaks about the civil rights movements and how it affected her life. And then she also talks about the love and compassion and loyalty, emotions, spiritual, and how those have helped her through the years. Her family and friends have helped her throughout the years. Even though they're not blood related, she still considers them family. She talks about her sister Odella, who they call Dell, and Hope, who is her older brother. And then she has a friend named Maria, who was from Puerto Rico. She speaks of them in the book. The illustrations in this book, there's really not illustrations. The very back of the book is just portraits of her growing up. They were really neat to see. There's some of her parents and her siblings, and just some of her favorite memories growing up. So that was really neat. The concepts or life skills that children would get from this book. To be compassionate towards one another and never give up on your dreams. I think that's a huge part of this book. And how you don't have to be blood related to be family. And it also teaches them about the civil rights movements and segregations towards the blacks. The activity that I chose for this book, I would have students pick out one or two of their favorite verses that she has wrote, and then write one similar about themselves. And then share them with the class and why they picked the ones that they chose. Another book that is comparable to Brown Girl Dreaming is The Crossover by Kwame Alexander. Thanks.